We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Denver Broncos.
To kick off.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On the quick, right?
First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. We can look at this Bronco defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many?
7.
7.
I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Another carry for Pierce. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have this all the way out to the 50-yard line. Excellent field position.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Looking to put a drive together.
Kill.
Now the Central Florida product is I.J. Harvey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Will Anderson gets to him for the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Brian Brzee fought in and got him down. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on third. Nix to the air. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped at his tracks at about the 3. And there for the stop defensively, Nick Bonito.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Pierce on the counter. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Stroud from his own end zone. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
And he's able to get it out of there. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Nick's going to give to Harvey. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. The Broncos now at 2-5 to start play. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Oh, my son! Away, away, away! Away, away!
Throwing Nix. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. You look at the defense for these Texans.
They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
Oh, my son! Ready!
To throw is Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Oh, my son!
Now it's Nix. Setting up a screen for Harvey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Back to the air with Nix.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
Oh, my son!
Here's Nix. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So pass interference to call, and that's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The official's letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
To throw, here's Nix. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Marvin Mims. Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and goal.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Oh, my son!
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 7. And they'll accept that penalty.
Cade York to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll get things started with a carry by Pierce. And space tough to come by there as they'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now Stroud. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Speed left. Why, Tony.
Stroud looking to throw. He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
But you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3-and-out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
18. What's that?
7-7, our score after one. Texans football to start quarter two, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
All right. 18.
Stroud looking to change the play.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
Throwing now is Stroud.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Pierce now up the middle. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
What's that? 18. What's that?
A handoff from Mitchell running left.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
18. What's that?
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Ready.
Once more with Harvey.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Second and 9.
Oh, my second. Joe. Hey.
Operating from the gun. Nix.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9.
Operating from the gun. Here's Nix.
And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
York able to send this one through.
And that will knot us up at 10. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here.
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up, and the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line.
Oh, right. 18. What's that?
They'll keep it on the ground. Tyson.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
South. All right.
They'll run on first down. Tyson.
Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 55 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Now a first and 10 at the 11. Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. All tied up at 10, 2 minutes left in the first half. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Stroud wants to change it up with an audible.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Stroud keeps it.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Texans have taken the lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score.
Broncos 10. Miami Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Still going. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Broncos. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. And they'll go play action here with Stroud.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. 55 yards.
And the Texans are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
This going to be returned from the 2. And the kick team down there quickly. They don't have to run as far as they used to. And they're able to stop him before he can even make it to the 15. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To throw from his end zone. Nix. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Nix from the shotgun.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Evan Ingram, an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
York to kick off.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
First down, Houston.
Stroud to throw it.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this one is right through. And they have regained the lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. He'll air this one out for Mims.
That's caught inside the 20. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 33.
York able to send this one through.
And that will do it for this first half. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Broncos.
Again, Elder partner, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this.
34, Texans 27.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And Stroud now to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
South. Hey, uno. Mikey Texas. Robbie. Look the hot.
Stroud working out of the gun.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Fielded at the 20.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Oh, my son.
They'll go play action with Nix.
And this throw will be intercepted. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
Over the juke. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Texans first down. First and goal, Houston.
In motion, the tight end. They'll run here with Pierce. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Dameon Pierce, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Texans take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Oh, my son! Ready! 180! Captain! Joe.
Operating from the gun. Nix.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it.
And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Now a handoff for Pierce.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Oh, 118. That's it.
Here's Stroud.
He finds his man, complete. It's Chambers.
Number 89.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
Stroud out of the gun here. That is caught. And he is going to have a Texans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
13 yards.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Now 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Once again, it's Mitchell.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down.
Stroud. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. Down inside the 10.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Texans have broken the tie. The extra point splits the uprights. And they will take a 7-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now.
Ready.
Trying to run for it. Here's Harvey. A determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 51 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Working out of the gun is Nix. He'll get that complete to Franklin.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4.
Second and 7. Nix to the air. Quickly into the hands of Mims.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 22-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Throwing Nix. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now a second and 10.
Ready.
To throw is Nix.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I thought once he got out of the pocket, he was looking further downfield. Instead, he brings his sight lines back to a shorter route, settles on his receiver running the drag left to right, and they wind up not getting a whole lot out of that one.
Now it's Nix. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, all oftentimes interceptions result.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the 2-yard line.
Stroud from his own end zone.
Wide open receiver, complete.
There he goes up the right sideline.
Oh, nice move.
Moving inside the 20.
Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Texans look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
Throw it out the window.
yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Here's Nix. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
A loss of 2 yards.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
On the quick, right? 18. That's it.
Give to Pierce.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
18.
Play action. Here's Stroud.
On the up. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Broncos are right back in this football game.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
To throw, here's Nix. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And this offense on third down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Here we go. Let's go.
Stroud, he's going to audible to something else.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
They'll get this down to the 38.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Here we go. 118. That's it.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through 1 tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
118. What's that?
They'll keep it on the ground. Tyson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
South. Here we go.
They'll try the left side. Tyson.
And the Texans are going to have a first down, and that is the big one, as they should be able to run it out from here.
Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the off season. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these